Hello, everybody. This is the very first of the wonderful saga that we will be calling the school saga. I know how extremely creative of me, because it will be filled with some wonderful school stories of let me just get started. Some suspensions due to biting. Some um well, then we go on to some tattoos being given out, and also in schools suspensions for fights in various places. That is sort of your preview. Let's get right in. Okay, now I guess I suppose it's time to move into the actual story. Story number one is actually how my friend. Okay, this is one of my like best friends got this. I know him pretty well from football. And then when I changed schools, he went to that school. That's part of the reason that like I go there now. Cause he's a pretty cool guy. Not as popular because he sometimes fights other kids. But hey, he's a good kid. He's a good overall kid. Um, Overall, yeah. So what happened is, this still like mesmerizes me. So there was a morning, and we're gonna name this other kid. So my friend, we're gonna name him, uh, um, we're gonna name him, uh, uh, Bill. We're gonna name him Billy. Okay, so my friend Billy is sitting over here, and there's this kid. He's kind of he's a Mitchell. We'll call him a Mitchell. And then there's this other kid, and I'm just gonna say his name because I really don't like him. His name's Ryan. I don't know. I mean, yeah, Ryan is a biter in seventh grade. And we actually have another story about him. So Ryan, um, Bill, and Mitchell are all sitting there. And listen, Mitchell's not a good kid, but he's not a terrible kid. Okay, he's not. He's nothing to write home about. Don't get me wrong, but he's not. He's no devil on earth or spawn of Satan or anything. That's more Ryan's. That's more Ryan's thing. Is he's the more spawn of Satan. Devil, hell on earth. That sort of thing. Oh, sorry for that mild cuss word. Anyway, so you got those three, and then suddenly, for no apparent reason, Mitchell or no Ryan gets really mad. Like just he won't answer. Like the teacher didn't call on him for a question, and he gets really mad because he's kind of a nerdy kid, and he gets really mad. So I mean, he's getting heated, and I think Mitchell is getting kind of scared because I mean, I'm putting myself in Mitchell's shoes. I would be pretty scared if this kid was like letting all everything break loose right in front of me. So I, he's he's sitting there, and um and suddenly this part still mesmerizes me. Ryan. Okay, sorry. This is just so funny. Ryan shanks Mitchell. So Ryan takes one of his like pencils, he goes over and sharpens it, pretends like he's not doing anything, and when he comes back from sharpening it, he actually shanks Mitchell. Um, and I'm not even exaggerating. Ryan shanked Mitchell, with his pencil that was sharpened. Yeah, I'm sure that Mitchell was not very happy. Mitchell actually had to go to like the nurse and get like taken out, and he went home for the end of the day. Because let's be honest, I mean, I gotta applaud for Mitchell there. I mean, Mitchell again, he may not be my favorite guy, but he does not deserve to get shanked. I'm just saying, unless he goes to prison someday, then he might get shanked. But um, so he, I'm still mesmerized by this story. This story really just it really, he gets shanked. So then after he gets shanked, the weird thing is Ryan's just sitting there like nothing happened, and you got a kid bleed with his pants getting ruined because there's blood all over him. Sorry, this story is kind of gross. Sometimes it's not. We're not Band of Brothers, 101st Airborne out here. I didn't mean for it to get pretty gross there, but actually, Band of Brothers is a pretty good TV show. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Go watch it right now. 101st, very inspirational group of people. So. My good friend, my good friend, we just went, I went, hunting with him the other day. So, anyways, well, not the other day, 'cause the whole, COVID-19, but, you know what I mean. So, my good friend, God bless his heart, but when he sees something that he really doesn't like, and, okay, let me put this into perspective for you. So, he never liked Mitchell. But Mitchell was okay. Like, okay, he didn't really like Mitchell, but he hated, and I mean hated, Ryan. So he goes over to Ryan and starts beating the crap out of him, and I mean beating the living crap out of him. And Ryan walks up to him and starts trying to bite him. Yes, bite him, sink his jaws into him like he's the king of the Ewoks or something from like that Star Wars movie. I don't know. And I don't know, he's like a freaking chihuahua. He just goes around biting everybody. So, yeah, yes. Yeah, oh yeah, and also Ryan's kind of a pervert. That's another story, though, in another episode of the school saga. So, for another story, we have something that happened a little bit more recently. And, this one, it's actually not really a story. It's just kind of something that happened that I thought was kind of funny. So, well, what happened here is that, so we had a Zoom meeting because, of all the stuff that's going around nowadays. We had a Zoom meeting for class. It's pretty average now. You get the Zoom meetings for the classes. It's kind of what you expect. So we were recording. It was sort of going pretty well, and this kid, what should I name him? I'm gonna name him, because this is a new kid. We're gonna name him Ronald McDonald. Because he was kind of like a very short, extremely skinny Ronald McDonald, like extremely, like if Ronald McDonald had never touched any type of food in his life, yes, this would be him. Okay. So, now that we're done with that, Ronald McDonald here, so he had kind of like a blanket around his, like, waist, or around his, like, where his shirt would be the whole, like, meeting, and, like, we were kind of, like, we were all, I mean, I was kind of found it weird, but not that weird, because this kid's already kind of weird, so I'm just like, whatever. It's probably just more Ronald stuff, you know what I mean? It's just sort of that Ronald lifestyle, I guess, I don't know. So, then his mom walks in, and his mom doesn't know she's on a Zoom meeting. So she says, Ronnie, I'm going to think of a name that a mom would call, Ronald McDonald's mom would call her son. She says, Ronnie McDonnie, put a shirt on, and then he's like, oh, and then, like, his eyes, like, get so wide, and there's, like, mom, I'm on a Zoom meeting, and she's like, oh, crap, I just exposed your shirtless self on a meeting where anybody can hear. So that was pretty interesting. That was all, though, but then he had to go get a shirt on, which was pretty awkward because we were kind of just all sitting there. Even the teacher just sort of stopped talking and was like, we're going to wait till he gets back. He's having a very awkward situation there. So that's that school story. And then we're going to... I don't know if I want to tell the story yet because this is a long one. This is one that's going to take place over at least another 2 episodes, because this one, ladies and gentlemen, will be the story to end all stories. This next one, I don't know how well I'm going to tell it, but if a professional writer was telling you this story, you might actually think it was the best story ever told. I mean, you might actually think, even though it hasn't actually happened in real life, it did happen in real life. I don't know why I said it didn't. Even though it happened in real life, you're gonna think that you jumped straight into freaking Narnia, one of my least favorite books of all time. You're gonna think you jumped straight into that and just started seeing Aslan and whatever the bad guy in Narnia's name is go at it with a sword and a Tommy gun. I don't know. Uh, yes, so this is going to be a pretty mesmerizing story, but I'm going to go ahead and start it for you since this episode's kind of short anyway. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and start you off with this story. Um, so there's this kid in my class. He's another kid, so we're going to name him. Um, I'm trying to think of a good name for him. I don't know. It's hard to think of good names for people. I didn't ever think it would be. But like now I understand why like people in YouTube videos are always like, now I gotta think of a name for this person. We're gonna call him Harold because I gotta think of like I don't even know how to explain it. A white boy name that tries to be cool. You know what I mean? Like yeah, that's what I'm going for. So we're gonna name him Harold. And Harold here is an absolute savage, or at least tries to be. I don't know how much of a savage he actually was, but he definitely tried his hardest. He definitely did his darndest to try to be a savage. So, Harold the Savage here. I might just actually end up calling him Harold the Savage the whole time. So Harold the Savage here was being a savage as usual, and he tells me, "Oh hey, I gotta think of a name for myself because I just kind of want to now. Hey, David, I'm making a tattoo gun. Do you want a tattoo?" And at first, I laugh a little bit, and I'm like, haha, funny, yeah, sure, I want a tattoo. Yep, definitely. Bring me one a few days late. To bring me one in a few days. And he's like, all right, bet. And then I get into school in a few days, and he's like, all right, I got the good, and I'm like, at first I think he's joking, but after class he like signals me to come in the bathroom. At first I don't think anything of it, cause like, me and the boys, we're being savages usually, and we're we'll go to the bathroom in between times. All right, so sorry for that super brief interruption there, but now it's time to get back into the story. Um, So, yeah, uh, mm, yes. So, okay. So, this little boy, Harold, the little boy, he signals me into the bathroom, and like I was saying, me and the boys, we'd go in, talk in the bathroom sometimes, and I didn't think much of it, and he's a pretty cool guy, so I just walked in and didn't think a thing of it. He brings me over to the sink and he's like, "All right, dude, you promise not to snitch." And I'm like, "Yeah, sure. Snitches get stitches. I ain't folding under pressure. You know the one. I ain't. Yeah, whatever. Okay, I've heard it from like my friends. So yeah, whatever. Um, and I'm like, yeah, totally. I ain't folding under pressure. I ain't. Yeah. Um, yeah. So and then he pulls something out of his binder, and then it's like this little bag, and then out of the bag he pulls like a pencil case, and out of the pencil case he pulls something that looks like an electric pencil. And at the time I'd pretty much forgotten about what we had said the other day, so I was just like, oh god, what did you do? Is that like drugs or something? And he's like, ha ha ha, funny, and he's like, no, this is a lot cooler. And I'm like, okay. Um, and he's like, and I'm like, okay, yeah, So, yeah, he's like, yeah, okay, you know what I mean. So essentially, he pulls this out, and then he's like, no, dude, I'm starting to make my tattoo gun. And I'm like, wait, you were actually serious? And he's like, yeah. Look, I got the motor, and he like lists off all the parts he needs. So he's got like the motor, he's got the it's actually not that hard to build. Like now that like I've seen it, it's really not that hard of a It's kind of a good concept actually. Not encouraging you to build one, but I'm just saying if you gotta build one, you gotta do what you gotta do. And he also had like this manual one, and the manual one he basically showed me. He's like, dude, I could give you one right now, with the manual. And I'm like, no, I'm good. Yeah, um, yeah. So and he actually basically started from there an underground business. Yes, an underground business in middle school. where he would sell people tattoos. I don't know. It just seemed kind of odd. He literally he would sell to people tattoos. And like he would give it to him. He'd be like, yeah, I'll give you one. And so yeah. And this isn't the only part to it. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Yeah, I know this is way shorter than all the other videos, but I think you're gonna like it. Yeah. Yeah. It's way shorter than all the other videos. I know that. Yep. All right. I know. Don't bully me. But next time, wait for I think it's gonna be a three-parter. I think this is gonna turn out to be a three-part series of all the. A big chunk of it is gonna be the ale stuff or Harold, the Harold stuff. So Harold is gonna get the most spotlight here. But everyone will start out with some like mini school stories. And then I'll move up to the Harold stuff because everybody knows Harold's who you want to hear about. You want to hear about the kid with the tattoos. Yeah, so I know it's a short video, but see you again next time.